Everyone keeps telling you to leave him, walk away.
Choose yourself, queen.
But no one is telling you how to come back to yourself first. And that's why you are stuck, sis. My name is Ofente, and I'm a relationship coach, and I help women to heal while they are still in their relationships. Let's just take a breath together for a second right now. Because I can feel the energy of this conversation already. Like, I can feel the pressure, I can feel the urgency, and there seems to be like a feeling of, I need to decide right now. I need to make up my mind. I need to leave this person or stay or do whatever, but there's that pressure, and I just want to take you out of that space. Gently, softly, just take you out of that space. Because when you're in a relationship that's confusing, when you're in a relationship that's emotionally intense, it feels up and down, you're not really sure what's going on. The thing is that your nervous system is not regulated. And when your nervous system is not regulated, you are not in a decision to make grounded decisions. This is why I will die on the hill of heal before you decide. If you think about the space that you're in when your nervous system is dysregulated, just think about the thoughts that you're having and also the questions that you're asking yourself. And you might be asking yourself questions like, should I go? Should I stay? Is this right? Is this wrong? And the thing is, the questions that are being asked are actually being asked from a dysregulated place. And the thing about a dysregulated mind is that its first instinct will be always to rush to escape discomfort. You will know the level of healing dependent on how uncomfortable you are able to be. And this is not, it's not pain. It's being able to sit in your authentic experience, but still be moving through discomfort. It's called having emotional capacity. So the discomfort of speaking your truth, the discomfort of being yourself, the discomfort of authentically expressing your needs, and communication, conflict resolution. Those are all uncomfortable things that need to happen in order to be able to build emotional intimacy in a relationship. And you will know that you're healed when you are able to hold space for all of that discomfort in your body. But when you are dysregulated, you just want to get to a place where you feel a sense of peace, right? And we'll talk about this in another video, because peace is not the absence of conflict. Peace is an entirely different emotion. And so many people have mistaken like numbness or avoidance for peace. Instead of focusing on the relationship first, I want to bring your attention back to you. Because a lot of the time, what's actually happening in these relationships, it's not just confusion between two people. It is a disconnection within yourself. And self-abandonment looks like this, right? You feel something and you override it. You want to speak and then you stay quiet. Something doesn't sit right with you, and then you convince yourself that it's fine, it's okay, right? He makes an inappropriate joke and you laugh. That's self-abandonment. You choose the relationship over your own inner voice, your own inner guidance, and you do it again and again and again. And one day you wake up and you don't even recognize yourself anymore. And I need you to understand this with compassion, right? Like you didn't choose this because you're weak. No, you did this because somewhere along the way, you learned that in order to be able to keep that connection, you needed to abandon yourself, because keeping that connection is more important than keeping yourself. There are so many ways that we learn this. We learn this through the way that our parents, related, or our caregivers, the way that the media that we watch on television, this system of patriarchy, the way that it's set up where women are laid down as a living sacrifice for men to kind of live off of. All the systems that are running the world where there is this self-abandonment that is necessary for this system to keep living on, you know. There are so many sources of where you learned how to literally give yourself up and sacrifice yourself. So of course you stayed. Of course you adjusted yourself. Of course you tried to make the relationship work to the best of your ability. Of course you poured everything within you to make this a success, or the fairy tale stuff that you watched on Disney. But healing is not about making a decision overnight. Healing is about coming back into relationship with yourself. You don't have to decide, am I staying, am I going? That's the last thing that should be on your mind right now. The first thing on your mind is you. You need to come back to yourself. You need to reclaim yourself. And this looks like being able to pause before you react. Being able to listen to yourself, to what you actually feel. Being able to tell yourself the truth even when it feels uncomfortable. It's as simple as that. Simple but not easy. Okay, simple but not easy. Not easy because we never learned. Like, who was there teaching you how to not abandon yourself? Right? We abandon ourselves in so many places, in our friendships, in our relationships, in our family situations, in our workplaces. Oh my God, let's not even get into corporate. Let's not even get into the workplace and how much we abandon ourselves in that space in order to keep that system alive. We abandon ourselves for so many systems and institutions. So of course, and the way that you come back to yourself is not dramatic, okay? Because if you think about the self-abandonment, it was also not dramatic. It was in small ways that you were abandoning yourself. So when you come back to yourself, what do? You take the same route back, small steps back to yourself. Small, consistent returns to yourself. Those are the pauses that I was talking about. Pausing before you react, listening to what you feel, telling yourself the truth even when it's uncomfortable. All right, so I want to give you a practical exercise that you can actually do that I share with my clients as well. I want you to do something very simple whenever you're triggered, right? The next time you're triggered or you're confused or you need to figure something out immediately, I don't want you to reach for your phone, because I know that's always the first instinct. I know I'm human, okay? Sometimes I do this too. I don't want you to go to your phone. I don't want you to go to your notes app. I don't want you to start analyzing. No. This is practicing coming back to self and not abandoning self. This is the practice, okay? I want you to pause. Okay, I'm wearing a mic here on my chest, but I'm going to say, put your hand on your chest. I'll just put it up here so you can see. And one hand on your belly. I always like to do this and take a nice deep breath. Out, and then ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Not what you think. What am I feeling right now? And I want you to stay there for a moment. Just stay there. Notice. We name to tame. When you name the feeling, you tame the feeling. You process the feeling. You move through the feeling. You don't let the feeling overcome, because if you don't feel it, then what we do is react from a dysregulated space. You don't need clarity about him first. You need connection with yourself first. If this work is resonating with you, if you can feel it in your body, right? This is exactly the work that we do inside the Heal Circle. If we're in session, definitely click the link down below in the description box and join us. But if we're not, the same link is going to lead you to the waitlist. And I really am looking forward to help guide you step by step, without pressure, without forcing you to leave, without rushing your process of healing, to get back to you. And if your mind is still racing and if you feel like you can't switch off, I want you to watch the next video that I'm going to drop, because I'm going to show you exactly why you are overthinking and how to actually come out of that space.